wanted to show you my passion fruit plant vine. So right now it's blooming a ton, and it's been kind of June gloomy and May gloomy the whole month, except for in the afternoon. It burns the sun off. Burns the fog or whatever, and it gets a little sunny on some days. But it's been really nice in the 70s and sometimes like 80, 81. So here are some flowers. There are a ton of them. Just here are some. This one's going to become a fruit. And there's already a fruit right there. That one's becoming a fruit. More flowers. Just teeming with it. Teeming with it. Just all over. That's 3 fruit right there. 4. And then this is where I threw the mulch pile. So basically I've got this little warm cocoon, like warm area where I'm letting the mulch break down, and it's gonna make tons and tons of good soil as it breaks down underneath, and it's gonna be quite abundant. Baby fig coming around. My zinnias and bachelor's buttons, sunflowers are all in bloom. This monster is starting to bloom up here. It is so tall. This is probably 8 feet tall. And these gals already opened up, and they have this beautiful color that's yellowish green in the center, the yellow into almost a bright orange brown. They're gorgeous. It's like someone smiling at you and saying good morning every day. I love it. I love sunflowers. So this poor sunflower, I came over yesterday and the petals were all gone, but earlier in the day there were some, and so as you can see, some of the petals are there and there. This is a newly transplanted mint, so it's okay if these die off. The stem is really thick, and if I'm giving it some shade, but I was away for a bit, didn't water it, so it was suffering a bit, but I think it'll come to. So as for this, some birds have already gotten to the seeds. Can you see the little bare spots? So what I'm going to do is put a little mesh around that. So this bag was just from buying those little cuties. My kids love them. They're easy to peel. They're seedless. So I just save those around and I cover my fruit with them. And so in this case, I'm going to protect the seeds because in previous years, the squirrels would climb them and eat them. And the birds, of course, I don't mind the birds, but it really bugs me that the squirrels come and eat everything. So I'm going to, launch a preemptive attack to prevent them from stealing my goods. Down here, I've got something growing. I can't remember what these are. They look like calendula. Oh, I think they are. And so I've got a yellow variety and an orange variety over there. And my nasturtium's looking beautiful. That's an orange variety. More calendula. More calendula. Something over there. Let's see what it says. This thing here. That's got the feathery leaves. It is yarrow. Awesome. So it's been said that if you get a little cut, you can rub yarrow on it and it'll prevent it from bleeding. It kind of stops the bleeding. So that's great. This looks like a marigold. sure what this is. Some of these took a long time to sprout. And this one says anise hyssop. So I don't know if that's anise hyssop. So it looks like this branch is getting weighed down and it's bending real bad. So I'm going to have to prop that one up like I am doing with this one, which is looking fantastic. But that one's like overly bent. It's going to break. And this one I supported. There was another one back there that I supported, but this might need some support as well. So, FYI, I don't know if it's just because it's a new apple tree, but I noticed that the Brayburn and the Granny Smith are the earlier varieties, and that the Honeycrisp has just started to leaf out. I don't know if you can see it, but down there it just leafed out. But all through this whole thing, it has not hardly any leaves. It's starting to make little buds. And then over there I have, let me try to remember that one, what that one is. Oh, that's the Fuji. The Fuji also is a later variety. And it's just barely starting to leaf up. Here's a pretty pink and white blossom from the Granny Smith up here. And here are a ton of baby figs. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fruit on this. And hopefully it'll have another, oh, I guess that's fine. Another branch here, a little bud. And this is my panache fig. Yay! This is the other side of the trellis. So look at the abundance of passion fruit so far. And it's grown about 3/4 of the way over this trellis. So that's fine. And so here's another example of using something for multiple purposes. So in this area where I have the trellis, I loaded it with piles and piles of wood chips that I recently acquired, and it's just going to break down over time, and it's going to make lovely soil. But in the meantime, it also makes good ground cover, and I just have loads of it for till the end there and all the way down this way. So I've got a little bit of a gradient, and on top of that trellis, so underneath the trellis is the wood chips, and on top of it is the passion fruit growing, and it grows really fast, and it provides shade down below. And we used to hang out under there, so that was the other purpose. But now that it's filled with wood chips, we probably won't be trudging through there, but that's okay. And so that's 2 purposes or 3 purposes for this trellis. The gojis are blooming, so I believe soon it will make fruit, I hope. And I've got a tomato growing out of this grow bag, and jalapenos. I know for a fact because I wanted jalapenos. Guys, I just discovered that if you add a little bit of jalapeno to your to spice up your tuna fish sandwiches, they will be so yummy. So yeah, I've got 2 jalapeno plants over here. Hopefully they won't be bothering each other or taking up too much from each other. And I've got this, I believe it's a grape, and it's growing fantastic, but it's not very viney at all, so I'm not too sure. Let's see what else do I have to share. I've got a squash growing here. I'm hoping it's a zucchini.